Man, honestly, like, I'm gonna be real. The most toxic people I've met in this community, and I've not really met them, is like the PvErs, like the casuals. Like, you get so many toxic comments from these people that are kind of clueless about the game. It's all like prejudice and they're just like being toxic. If they don't get what they want, they just fucking lash out at anyone who doesn't agree with them. It's crazy. Like, PvPers, like, if you look on Reddit, you'll get threads where there's a bunch of people complaining about PvP related stuff, and then there's PvPers that try to explain shit. I'm not saying like every PvEer and every PvPer is like that, but shit, from what I've noticed, man,
be formless.
Like, PvPers get painted as the toxic one, where I think it's really, like, generally speaking, the other way around. Yeah, that's exactly CurseFed. All they care about is steamrolling the game, turn off invasion, and never touch it again. That's the thing, though. Like, these people are not the people that are keeping their, like, the game alive. Like, we are. We, like, the multiplayer community in general, like, people that play online, the PvP, all of that, we're the one that keeps these games alive, really. The very vocal, loud part amongst the PvEers, basically. Yeah, exactly, Lazo. Like, the chill PvEers usually don't really, like, you know, voice out their opinion much, so you don't really hear about them. But there's I think the majority of people, like, actually don't mind, like, PvP or all that stuff, and they don't care about it because they only care about their PvE, and that's perfectly fine. But like you said, you won't hear about them that much. It's just how it is. Let's go and hurry up to help out teammate here. Got you, bud. Dude, that was a wreckage, though. Keep in mind that Sekiro is so much less active than Dark Souls 3. Yet Sekiro is much, like, newer. Like, it came out not so long ago, whereas Dark Souls 3 is much older. And there's a reason for that. It's clear. Like, the reason for it is multiplayer. Multiplayer is what keeps games active and alive for longer periods of time. That's what makes people buy the game later. That's what makes people buy microtransaction where it's the case. Like, and depending on the price model or whatever, that's what keeps the players buying and playing. And don't get me wrong, I love single-player games. Like, I don't have anything against it. I actually enjoy it, and I'm probably the biggest fan of, like, Bethesda games. Like, I love my Skyrim, my Fallout. I don't think it needs, like, any PvP or none of that stuff. But still, you know, for a game like Dark Souls, you have to recognize what the game is. I thought he would attack there. Poor guy. Just bow to him. PvPers just need to stop abusing their skills. What's funny, Arky, is there's some truth in what you say. A lot of people are frustrated when there's a skill gap. Instead of getting better, they want to flatten the skill curve. So it's like their solution for a game that has a disparity between the player skills is to remove player skills instead of getting better. That's like the loser's mentality, like, compared to the winner's mentality, basically. I mean, we won't change that overnight. Like, we won't change that overnight. That's for sure. Like, there's a reason why, you know, some people succeed and some don't. And not all of it is controlled by the individual. It's not what I'm saying. And we touched on it a few times. You know, you're not fully in control of your life, but you are to a certain extent. And it's better for you to never make excuses regardless. And just give it your all and try to learn actively and, you know, try to problem solve whatever it is that you're doing. No matter if it's a video game or something that you have going on in your life. It really doesn't, like, it's just a mentality thing. You really want to be that guy that tries to fix the problem instead of complaining about it. Honestly, I don't think Dark Souls 3 like is far off balance-wise to be really, really good. Like, the elephant in the room is always latency, but if you take that aside for a second, you know, just tweak stuff like Murky and or some daggers, some fast curve swords, you know, tweak the stun on some of the, like, you know, soul mass and exploding bolts, and like just the stuff that's like glaring that we know about. And man, like, all of a sudden, like, you add a region lock or a pink filter to that, and your experience will probably improve, like, dramatically. Obviously, fix the blatant glitches too, like the cancels and the bow glitch and the refill. If you fix all of that and just address those few tweaks, and I say those are simple fixes because they've already been done. Like, a lot of the modding community for Dark Souls 3 on PC have already been able to address these in various mods. So, it is easy fixing. Like, there's no, like, beating around the bush. Those are things that are easy to fix. And it would only be a matter of supporting the game, really. Because at the end of the day, Dark Souls 3 went through a lot of patches. I say that all the time. The game did not, like, come out one day and just stay the same. One big spell, not necessarily good for duels. A spell that I think could have potential that I've never really seen use is a Lifehunt Scythe against a party like a gank. So, like, poise cast Lifehunt Scythe with, like, a maximum HP regen. Like, if you hit, like, your opponents, you should be able to tank whatever hits all three players give you, right? And then regen to full health. And so like, it's not the first time that I mentioned this. I've never seen anyone actually do this in an invasion. This is something I wanted to do, but it involves, like, making a character specific for it with everything. And usually I don't have the patience to, like, set up characters much anymore. But if someone wants to try that out, Lifehunt Scythe in an invasion where you just poise cast Lifehunt Scythe in a fucking pile of people and see what happens. See, like, if you actually out damages. Lifehunt Scythe does, like, no damage. That's not true. I've seen some dedicated builds do, like, pretty decent damage with Lifehunt Scythe. Obviously, you need the fate rings, though. I mean, I say good damage, you know, it's not gonna be like fucking Ultra Greatsword, fucking RP or whatever, but because you, oh wow, because you actually, oh, nice shot, because you actually, let me just fucking kill that guy. Pull forward? No, he's not. Oh. Amazing shitnet at its finest. Just fucking Wi-Fi your way out of it. Does Lifehunt has a sweet spot? I don't know. Yeah, but Lifehunt, the fact that it does damage and takes damage, like, the idea is that you win trades. Like, you can't just consider the damage it dishes out. You have to consider the HP it gives you back. Like, that matters when you're trading. And if you have a way to out damage like a full party swinging at you, like in the long run. So let's imagine for a second that there's 4 players swinging at you, and you can just spam Lifehunt Scythe in the middle of this pile, and you regen your HP to full every time you land it on those players. You can sit there and spam and they can't, and that's a situation really nothing else could give you, as far as I'm concerned. Like, the closest there is to that is like purse spam, for instance, and even purse spam, your HP is gonna go down like pretty fast. Like, you cannot purse more than twice in that pile or you're dead.